So you know that is true.
Well, I know that B is the false one because I've already taken this, but or no, D is the false one, sorry. Yeah. So what is, I guess what does B mean?
Okay, so making lactate is a way to free NAD plus so that it may continue in substrate level phosphorylation. I'm trying to figure out a way to say it. Okay, so you have, real quick, glycolysis. Okay. 6 carbon chain, okay?
Yeah.
Then you get a phosphate, 3 carbons, phosphate, 3 carbons, okay? And what's the next step? So, and then sugar cleavage, and then what?
So is the phosphorylation, is that the sugar cleavage, or?
Sugar cleavage, then what's next?
Pyruvic acid?
Nope.
So is the phosphorylation, is that the sugar cleavage? Is that what that is?
What happens is it's a ring, okay? So you put one phosphate on it, breaks that, okay? The second phosphate gives it the energy so it can break again. So sort of, but we think of it in 2 different steps.
So is it kind of like, okay, I'm just going to try drawing it out. So
Go
you have
for it.
your glucose 6-phosphate, is that what this is called? But it doesn't have phosphates on the end, so it could.
That's just glucose.
This is just glucose.
Glucose 6-phosphate is saying, so glucose molecule, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 phosphate. That's a glucose 6-phosphate.
Oh, that makes
So
sense.
that's after the very first ATP goes on there. So that's what breaks it from a ring to a strand. Okay? And then when the second one attaches on the other end, it breaks and it becomes, what is it? Something 3-phosphate.
Glucose 3-phosphate, or I don't know, by something 3-phosphate.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to know that. Okay, so glucose, and then it splits. This is all I know about it, actually. And then a phosphate comes, and is this what sugar cleavage is, right here? Even though I don't really know what sugar cleavage is.
So what does cleavage mean?
Like cleave, like add on to.
So have you ever heard of a cleaver? Isn't a something that a butcher uses? A butcher's cleaver? Or have you ever heard about cleaving meat?
No, but I know what cleave means, but I don't know.
Well, and that's what I'm trying to specify, because cleave means 3 different things.
Oh yeah.
You gotta love the English language. There's cleavage, where men should close their eyes. There's cleave, to cleave unto something, and that's to hold on to, okay? And then there is to cleave unto something versus to cleave something.
Oh, I don't know what cleave
To
means.
cleave something is to cut apart.
That makes sense. This whole time I've been thinking, what the heck is sugar cleavage?
Because so like there's a cleaver, it's a type of knife, okay? You know those big butcher knives? That's called a butcher's cleaver. Okay?
Yeah.
And so then they cleave the meat and
okay.
separate the meat.
Yeah.
And so that's because there's cleavage, there's to cleave unto something and to cleave something. To cleave something, you can also say cleavage, because it's just different tense of cleaving. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah.
That makes sense now.
Okay.
There we go.
So
Gotcha.
sugar cleavage
breaks apart. So and then the phosphates attach, which is the substrate phosphorylation.
Okay, how do the phosphates attach though?
How do they attach?
Yeah. So step 1.
Well, doesn't ATP and
Two.
so doesn't ATP break down into ADP and phosphate? And then the phosphate goes over to the 3 carbon sugar molecules?
Because that would imply, so real quick, what you're saying that we put in 2 more ATP?
Well, it's part of the ATP.
So step 1, we put in 2 ATP, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got 2 ADP. So that's a phosphate on both sides. How do the phosphates get on the other side? How do we get from this to phosphate, 3 carbons, phosphate, phosphate, 3 carbons, phosphate?
Wait, okay, so what
Okay.
are the two?
Do you want me to draw a better picture? Because I was trying to summarize it, which is probably getting confusing.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're fine.